Hello, it's Nikki. Welcome back. Today I want to talk about visibility, how important it is and how important it is to build a relationship with it that works. And what that looks and feels like to many of us will be very different. And I think sometimes the temptation can be to say, well, it doesn't feel natural, or it doesn't feel like the thing that I want to do, so I'm not going to do it and hope my business kind of still grows regardless. And I can tell you, having done this for over 20 years, is that you have to meet whatever it is that you want to bring in terms of your business goals. You have to meet it halfway. It's almost like if you were trying to, the internet is different now, of course, but there has to be, like with dating, back in the day, if you met people at the pub or if you met people at your social circle or a friend of a friend, there would often have to be a sense that you had to actually leave your house to go and do that. And yes, you might have an online business, but there has to be a sense of you feeding that machine of the internet and putting out content and doing this in a way that feels good. So visibility, first and foremost, I want to say this, and I really hope that you find it reassuring and you find it something that you can play with and you can take action on. I think many of us fear visibility and fear taking steps in that direction because we worry that we're going to have to be a completely different person that feels out of our comfort zone, out of alignment, and essentially that we have to go from 1 to 100. And the truth is we really don't. And the second thing is actually doing this in a way that feels really brilliant is the secret sauce. And so even though there will be experts out there saying, like, do you remember when Reels came in and everybody suddenly started pointing and doing these things? And there were some people who were like, oh my goodness, that really breaks down my information. I can just create a Reel and I'm just going to point and it makes perfect sense. Some people said to me, clients, I can't think of anything worse. I don't want to point. I'll be pointing at the wrong thing. Oh, what do I do with my body? Do I stare at the camera? What happens? And so this is really your invitation for looking at what visibility means to you and giving yourself permission to move into that motion of doing it, even if it's just by a tiny incremental percent. So you don't have to go from 1 to 100 of like, I haven't really talked about my business for a little while. And then suddenly you're everywhere and you've got like 24/7 news, like one of those news programs that's just playing all the time. You can think, okay, how can I increase this by 5% more, by 10% more? How can I sit down and carve out some time to be more visible, to do it in a way that you know doesn't burn you out, that feels really natural to you? What does that look and feel like? In terms of next steps, you can come over and do my content workshop, or if you would prefer to sit down and have a strategy session with me, I would absolutely love to support you. Check out the details down below and I'll see you next time. Bye.